Attack on Titan for Union Arena is coming out real soon. Are you excited for this set? Let me know your favorite character from Attack on Titan down in the comments, and let's check out these cards, shall we? All right, we are checking these out on the official Union Arena website, unionarena-tcg.com. As you can see here, we got just your good old regular zero drop blue. I believe there's green and red. We got Edward Smith. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reel up to 1 Levi and add them to your hand. Place remaining on the bottom of your deck. If you added a card, you place 1 card from your hand into the sideline. Pretty typical. This card can provide 3 energy, so that's pretty strong for paying an action point. Yeah, that's strong. That's super duper tasty. 3 drop, 1 action. Hangzhou. Choose one active inheritor of the Titan or pure Titan affinity card on your opponent's field and switch it to Reston. This is cool. So this card is kind of like, you kind of want to put this card in your deck if you know you're going against another Attack on Titan deck in a way, right? It seems like this card would make a good side deck, in my opinion. Not that Union Arena really has side decks, but you know, you could always if you need to drop them in there. If you paid an action point cost during the attack phase this turn, this character gains 2000 BP. That's gnarly. 3500. that is super duper strong. What do you think of the Union Arena artwork, with a lot of the artwork just being stills from the anime? I like it. I think it's really cool. And then we do get some custom artwork for the SRs. But yeah, I like the anime stills for the artwork. Check out his Levi. You may pay 1 action point. If you do, you draw a card and give this character 1000 BP until the end of the turn. That's strong when attacking. That is strong right there. Oh yeah. This is a beautiful artwork right here, especially with the sun. You pay 1 action point if you do, and this is all when attacking. You draw a card and give this character 500 BP until the end of the turn. There's a lot of draw power. A lot of draw power in blue. It's crazy. And here's a 1 action, just vanilla Levi with 4000 BP, so that's pretty sweet. And then if on the front line at the start of your attack phase, if this character is active, choose one of your action points and switch it to active. Like, that is crazy. The power creep that's happening with Union Arena is nuts. Like, Hunter x Hunter definitely needs that volume 2 coming, you know? And then when attacking, you may pay 1 action point. If you do, choose up to 1 character on your field, it gains 1000 PP, and this character cannot be chosen by your opponent's trigger abilities until the end of the turn. Like, that right there, you definitely want to run 4 of these in a deck. You know? And here's our Levi Raid with the 6 energy. It's a little big boy, but Raid Levi, switch to active, moves to the front line. At the end of this character's attack, you may pay 1 action point. If you do, you can switch it to active. Crazy, right? And when played, he gains 1000, so 5000 with double attack and snipe. Oh, when it attacks a 3rd time this turn, it gains snipe. But still, that's a gnarly raid card. That is a gnarly raid card. Ymir, 0 drop, no, nothing, you know, too crazy. Another one. If Reese is on the field, character gains 1000. There's so many like ways you can make the decks with the colors, and here we got a Titan raid with 4000 BP. Switch to Ymir, draw a card and place 1 card from your hand into your sideline. If you have 6 or more event cards in your sideline, you may switch this card to active. So looks like we're gonna have like kind of like the pizza deck almost, you know, with the events in the sideline. It's pretty cool. Here's Armin, which is your typical 2/1 drop, and provides 2 energy. Well, it's 1 cost to play, 1 energy to play, 1 action point. But I like it because it's 1 and it provides 2. Like I always like, by turn 2 playing one of these if I'm able, you know. Every deck I run at least 2, minimally 2. I usually run 3. Some of them I might have 4. Here's a Connie, provides 2 energy. If there's a red or green, you can reduce the card's required energy by 1 in your hand. So Be 2 energy to play him, which I think is really, really cool. Sasha right here, nullify impact, also 0 dropper. We got Jean. I like the artwork right here. The little shine on the sword. He's double block 3500. Pretty sweet. Historia, 0 drop. Pretty basic on that. Hysteria right here. When played, look at the top 2 cards. Searcher pretty much. Your character with humors in it on the field. Place. If a character with humor in this card name is on the field, you may place them a number on the top of them, then place any remaining in your sideline. Place any number of them on the top of your deck in any order, then place any remaining cards in your sideline. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Here's another good one. If it is on the field, it gains 500. So a 3,000 attacker if you have the right card on the field. And if you used an event this turn, choose up to one of your action points active. Yeah. You can only activate 1 per turn. It's good that they say that. infinite number of turns. We got a Historia raid right here. This character gains all abilities listed below if you have the required number of event cards in your sideline. 2 or more when attacking, gains 1,000, or 4 or more. If on the front line, if you have used an event this turn, choose up to one of your action points and switch it to active. That's crazy. And then 6 or more, impact. 4 energies, that's not too bad, you know. That is not too shabby at all. I can't pronounce that name, I'm sorry. I've seen the first season of Attack on Titan. I need to get back into and watch the rest of it. But I know who this character is, very important character, you know. Mikasa, there we go. When played, draw a card and place a card from your hand into your sideline. Mikasa, choose up to 1 character, 4,000 or less BP on your opponent's front line and return it to their hand. 2 action points. I love this card. I think you should run minimally at least 1, right? But definitely possibly 2. And your opponent cannot activate abilities during trigger checks resulting from damage dealt by this character. Like, yeah, I'd definitely run minimally 2 in my blue deck, because that's just too good of a thing to, you know, get away from. And we got Jaeger right here, provides 2 energy, and it's 2 energy, 1 action point to play. Really like the artwork right here for this Aaron. Nullify impact, and when played, look at the top 5 cards. Another good old searcher for the blue. It's a lot of blue. I think we're getting into the green territory. We're about to now. And here we got our events and all that good stuff. You got the headquarters. What I like about Union Arena is almost every set you have like the same cards in every set, just, you know, a different name and a different set. And obviously you have to have that card in that from that set in that deck, right? You can't have an Attack on Titan in a Hunter deck. Yeah, so this is right here a staple. Choose up 2 of your action points. Yeah. You call that clean? Do it all again. And then clean up. So this is all the blue. We got some bombs right here. Choose 1 character, 35 or less BP on your opponent's front line and return it to their hand. Like bombs, that's dumb. That's front line, I do believe. Yeah, most of the time it's always front line. Historia's Resolve. Yep, there we go. And Levi's Barrage. The Blue Levi deck. That's the one that I want to make. Now we're getting into the green territory. Kenny Ackerman. That's some cool artwork right there. It's like Wild Wild West. Provides 2 energy. If there's blue or red in your opponent, you can reduce the energy. That's pretty sweet, of course. Kenny Ackerman. Some nasty abilities. Choose 1 character. You can only activate this ability to the turn the character is played. Choose 1 character in your opponent's front line with equal or BP and sideline it. That is dumb good. Then you can also pay 1 from the hand and it gains 1,000. It's Farley Gnarly Sauce. Look at that. Look at that Titan. Choose up to 1 character in the field. It gains 1,000 BP until the end of the turn. 0 drop. Definitely include that in my green Titan deck, you know? Kind of want to make a Titan deck. Look at that right there. Boom. 4,000. And it's got double damage. If there's an active character in your opponent's front line, this character also gains double, and he gains 2,000. 6,000 attacks, 4 energy to play. That is crazy. This is crazy artwork right here. Your staple, 1 energy provides 2 energy. Bounce back a 1 or less to the hand. If that's the only card you play on the field, you got to bounce it back to your hand. So hopefully it's not the only card you're playing during that turn, you know? When played, draw a card. I love this. The little searchers right here, pure Titan, small Titan. Anything that gives draw power is like gold, right? Pure Titans. I really want to make a Titan green deck. These are nasty. They got some funny artwork too. Which, you know, it's from the anime. Pure Titan. Nothing on that. Very interesting. Ymir, Nullify Impact and Impact. And Zeke. It's pretty sick. 2 more Zeke. Switch to Reston. It's almost besides the raids, you know, being like slightly different, and even a lot of the newer sets, they have some of the same stuff that other cards have going on. Besides like the raids, for the most part, almost every card's the same in every set. For each card with Pure Titan and fitting in the field, reduces card required energy by 1. He's a 7 to drop. So you switch. All Pure Titan cards on the field gain 1,000 until the end of the turn. That is nuts. It's pretty sick though. And activate main once per turn. Gains impact. With just characters on your front line, they all gain another 1,000. Tanky. You want to spank these Titans? They didn't come to play. They came to eat and spank and smack. That is crazy. This is a good old staple, providing 2 energy. Got Annie here, right here. Draw a card and place 1 card from your hand into your sideline. Another searcher, of course. Really cool artwork on these. Here's the custom for the raid. Reduce the energy by 1. Yeah, I feel like the Titans is the more stronger green color here. With every color, you know, you can make several different types of decks. Hoover, Colossal Titan. Impact and damage 3. Sideline all characters with 0 required energy. And your opponent's front line. This character gains this character cannot be chosen by your opponent's all characters or trigger abilities until the end of the turn. 6,000 BP. This card right here is nasty. Just straight nasty. We got another Titan right here. Impact and Nullify Impact, 5,000 BP. Your opponent cannot choose this character with abilities during your opponent's turn on characters or event cards unless they pay 1 action point as an additional cost. Like that's just nasty, right? That's just straight disgusting. And we getting into Titan Force. Yeah, you can go out there. Better be careful with you going out there. Almost getting into the reds, and then of course you have all your staple event cards. Finals right here, the triggers. You kind of want to make, when you're making a deck, you kind of want almost every card to have a trigger. Kinda. There's some cards that don't have triggers though, like this one right here. It's a 0 drop, but got a really cool effect, so you can almost provide a. Well, this one allows you to draw 2 cards and place 1 card from your hand into your sideline. So this one, he provides draw power, right? 0 energy 2 to play. But like this one doesn't have a trigger, but still he provides 2 energy. And I always want like 2 or 3 of those in the deck. Zoe, cool artwork on that. I definitely want to make a red Aaron deck. Aaron looks old as hell there for the 0 drop. Jaeger. Another searcher. Levi. Double attack. And you play him set to active. That is so cool. He does cost 2 actions. 5 energy to play as well, too. 3,000 if there's a blue or green. Reduced acquired energy. Armin. 0 drop. Searcher. Oh no, when this character is returned to your hand from your field, you may place 1 Armin card with 1 required energy from your hand into your sideline. If you do, you draw 2 cards. Interesting. Here's the powerful Armin. Powerful as you're going to get with this base card. Choose up to 1 character in the field. It gains 1,000 until the end of the turn. Choose yourself, so 4,000. The next time you choose a character with an ability that specifies a BP range this turn, add 1,000 to the specified BP range. You can choose a character with 3,000 or less BP with an affinity that lets you choose a character with 2,000 or less BP. That's cool. That is so cool. And then if on the front line once per turn, activate main, you can activate it with blade ability, and he provides 2 energy. This card is crazy. 4 in the deck. Minimal. Krista. Have you seen the Attack on Titan live action movie? I've only seen the first one. I believe there's 2. That movie was crazy. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Yeah, she always eating Sasha. This character gains 500 BP and impact if you use the food affinity. Perfect. It's on par. I like how this kind of like canon in a way too with the anime, you know. Mikasa. This is a beautiful artwork on that. Here's Mikasa's raid. This character, if Aaron's on the field, choose one character at 3,500 or less BP on your opponent's front line and sideline it. Beautiful. It just looks cool too, the artwork on this as well. I like this. 3,500. If this character is returned to the field, from the field to your hand, you may place 1 card from your hand into the sideline instead. So that's cool. Then during your turn, if you have 5 or more 104 Cadet Corps affinity cards in the field, it gains 500. So she'd be 4,000 attacker. You know, if you got him. Here's Aaron, 3,000 plus attack with step. That's really cool. And it only costs 2 to play with 1 action point, you know. He's got an activate ability too, and he can gain 1,000. So you become a 4,000 attacker with just 2 energy. Like, that card is crazy. We got Aaron Raid. He's got impact and when attacking, he's got some crazy stuff too. I like the artwork on there. Little like background flag area over here kind of looks like he's got like a little bit of blood on the wall or something, you know. I think is pretty cool. We got another Aaron, the attack Titan. This thing is 5,000 BP with damage 2. You can choose a character with 2,000 or less BPs on your front line and sideline it on your opponent's front line. And then when attacking, you can gain impact. But if you have 3 or less life, you switch them to active. So I mean that's just nasty. 8 energy though to play. Pretty costly. But worth it for what it can do. Basement providing 3 energy and it costs 6 to play. You have to have key to the basement too, which is like right here. It's a searcher. Just coals and sides with each other. Steamed potato. I love potatoes, you know. Check out the action points for this too. The action points are pretty cool. I like the action points. A little fan service in here, which is crazy. Chibi. I like it. Yeah, some really cool action points. And we go into the starter deck territory now. It's pretty cool with the red. Starter deck's red. You can get a lot of these cards and mix with the other ones, and it just makes a nasty deck. And then we've got some promos. You know, you get promos now from every starter deck, which is pretty cool. I like that Colossal Titan. Really cool action point as well. Yeah, that is the Union Arena Attack on Titan coming out this Friday. Beautiful set. This set's gonna be powerful, super duper powerful. I'm excited to play with it. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and have a good day.